Great day, great rise, great opportunities. Hello, everyone. This is Daniel, the Mold Man Smith. Once again, I am coming to you uh, in my travels to my first appointment and wanted to just bring some information to the marketplace about what I do, what my company represents, and a good topic today about buyers beware. So to start off, I am a certified mold inspector. What that means is that I have the skills, the knowledge, and the training to come out and to collect samples, to assess an environment, and to interpret all the test results from the lab. A lot of professionals are not certified in mold inspections. They work with mold, however, they are not certified mold inspectors. So you want to always be mindful of the people you are hiring to come into your homes and state that they are one thing when they don't offer the services that you require to focus on your home, to focus on your issue. And I'm telling you real life stories from what I'm hearing. I had a client last week. Well, actually, I had a client two days ago. Had a little bit of mold issue in a room. A company came out, and they looked at it. They used their moisture meter. They tested certain areas in the room, and long story short, they end up selling a client a $15,000 job. Wasn't even needed. I mean, when I sit here and tell you it wasn't needed, it wasn't needed. And the client knew this. And, I just feel like sometimes clients don't have that advocate on their side. They don't have someone to come in and voice for them. So I can be that voice of reasoning for you. I can be that person, that professional that come in and say, hey, I agree with you. You don't need to spend $15,000 on this job because it's not going to solve your problem. They sold them a water system, a water deterrent system that wasn't even needed because they had a little bit of mold. And when they took out some walls and noticed that the concrete wall had a little bit of fungal growth, even still, that still didn't constitute a $15,000 job. So buyers, please be aware when it comes to water and mold and companies telling you that you need to spend money, get a second opinion. Don't rush to do it. If you have a water leak, you still can take your time and get this thing done right. It frustrates me at times that companies say they're professionals, but they're not. They're not business ethics. They're not doing what they're supposed to do by the client. And I get it. I'm a business owner. I get it that you want to make money, but only when it's needed. Because at the end of the day, that client is going not to refer you to their friends or their family. They're not going to trust you anymore. And there were some other issues that was going on that the company that installed this system said they were going to do and didn't do it. So the client has pretty much lost faith and confidence in them. And me and my partner talk about this when we go to restaurants and look at different businesses. Imagine this. McDonald's, well, basically, her and I went and got some food from Famous Toastery. And she found a sheet metal screw. It was about 1.5 inches in her eggs. We were sitting there eating breakfast, and she bit into it. We took it back to the store. We, complained about it, and they sent her a $25 gift card. A $25 gift card. What if she would have swallowed it? What if she would have chipped the tooth? What if she would have, what if something else would have happened to that? But you got to understand, these big companies, they realize that no matter how much we complain, they're still going to take somebody else's money. They're still going to serve this product. And they told us basically, We don't have screws around our food. But we look right in the kitchen, and there were all type of metal equipment all around there. It could have came from the manufacturer or anything. However, $25 of a compensation, we're grateful. However, that doesn't weigh the scales as far as what service providers are supposed to do. And we live in a society where most times people are acceptable of that these companies know that people can't complain and nothing is going to be done. Nothing is going to change from management. So we have to understand that when we hire a service provider and they do not perform what we want, then it is our jobs as consumers to get a second opinion. So I'm on here today as a consumer, as a business owner, to tell you, in the mold remediation world, if you have an issue with your home and you call a restoration company to come out, get a second opinion. Contact us. You can find us on the World Wide Web, SmithEnvironmentalSolutions.com. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook. Just call somebody. If it's not me, I hope that it is. Call somebody. Ask them, hey, this company told me I need to spend this much. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. Do you think that I need this? Take that extra second, because I guarantee you that if this client would have took the opportunity, if they knew me, to call me before they spent $15,000, I guarantee you they wouldn't have been having this problem today. And did the company actually solve the problem? We tested the mold that was on the ceiling, and the mold was still there. They said that they cleaned it, but it's still there. So what did this company do? I work with a lot of restoration companies. I work with a lot of companies that perform a lot of work, and I tell them, listen, you all, this is not right. This is not right. And some of them like me, some of them don't, and that's okay, because I have to do right by my clients. I still refer companies out simply because I know that if I'm dealing with them, with the client, then they're not going to get over on them. That's the point of the matter. They're not going to get over them. So buyers, please, if you're a homeowner, you're a new homeowner, and you're moving into a house, and say if the house is brand new and your HVAC duct systems are on the floor, meaning the supply lines. We call that the supply lines because it's supplying air to a room. Check inside those. See if there's dust, especially if there's hardwood floors or carpet put in. See if there's debris and everything stuck down in there. So this same client bought this house about 13 years ago, and the duct systems were dirty. Now their daughter, is complaining about allergy type symptoms, and the house is real dusty. I can smell it, just when I walk in the house. I can just smell the dust in there. So these are simple things that I'm trying to bring awareness as far as indoor environments, indoor air quality. I'm an indoor air quality specialist. I come into homes and I talk to people about how to improve their indoor air quality. Some solutions can be just vacuuming the carpet. Some solutions could be tearing up the carpet. It all depends on your situation. It all depends on how you are living, what you are experiencing, and everything. So, great day, Danielle. Let me come in and just chime to us. Great day, Danielle. Great day, Charlotte. Latoya, I appreciate you all chiming in. Chris, what up, my brother? And Courtney, thanks for chiming in. Thank you. I am bringing valuable information to the marketplace about mold and my industry. I've been in business for 13 years. I service about 400 to 500 houses and businesses a year. I'm a one-man show. However, I have the experience, the knowledge, and the expertise to help clients out. I know about mold. I know about it in and out. if you've been doing anything for 13 years and you're not an expert, then you're just playing around. I'm not playing around. I love what I do. I enjoy helping people. My goal in business is to create healthier indoor environments through education and implementation, so that every indoor environment is positively environmentally impacted. And this industry that I'm in is new for inspectors. A lot of restoration companies will tell people that they're mold inspectors, and because you take a mold test does not make you a mold inspector. It doesn't. Let me say that again. Because you conduct a mold sample or mold testing, or if a company tells you that they can take mold samples, are they going to interpret it? Are they going to ask them for their certifications? Ask them for how long they've been doing this. Ask them, about the certain type of molds and how it grow and what take molds to grow. I mean, simple questions that you can find online. And, most times they can't. And, I love working with restoration companies. I love working with property managers and a lot of different contractors. However, when I come into a home after a restoration company has been there, and not all of them, but some of them do lie to clients, and they sit there and tell me, no, that's not certain type of molds, or they didn't know what they're doing. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do after a company that is in the industry trying to help clients out don't give the clients the right information? I do have some companies that will not take samples. They refer it out to me, and I'm grateful for them. They recognize that we work in a partnership. They recognize that I don't cross into their lane, they don't cross into my lane, but at the end of the day, the client is happy, they're certified, they're happy about the services that has been provided. And when that doesn't happen and a company comes in and they don't help the client out, it just makes matters worse. So understand that, as I did a post last night on my page, and basically people ask me, what is it that you do? We don't know what you do. So this is for the record. I am a certified mold inspector. I assess environments, meaning I come out and I perform inspections. I'm looking for mold. I'm looking for water leaks. I use tools. I use a thermal camera. I use moisture meters. I use thermal guns. I use tools to help me to identify if there is a water leak, active or past, in your home, in your crawl space, in your basement. I also collect air samples. I collect surface samples. If there is something that looks like mold, we can take that sample. We can send it off to the lab. We can get it back 3 to 5 days, or we can get it back as early as the next day. It all depends on if you want to, depends on your needs. We look at those samples and we interpret them to you as the client. We sit down. Most times the clients will call us after they get their test results. We talk to them about, hello, Tamara, thanks for chiming in. We sit down and we talk about, hello, Makisha, how are you doing today? Lovely. I just had to say that. We sit down and we talk about the test results. So we interpret them. Not all molds are dangerous. And, to be perfectly honest, mold spores live in this environment just like we do. We are not dangerous by nature. Okay, where am I going? And I think did I miss my spot? We are not dangerous by nature. However, if you put us in a bad environment, if you give us a knife, if you give us a gun, if you give us a hammer, if you give us anything to where we can cause hurt, that's possible. But mold works like this. Mold is part of the fungi family. King fungi, to be exact. And its purpose is to break down organic materials. So basically, organic materials is something like a piece of bread, fruit, a board, trees, leaves, any type of food source, anything that is, organically made, organic matter. So, when you're talking about wood, when you're talking about drywall, when you're talking about paint, mold doesn't necessarily eat the paint. It eats the drywall that the paint is painted on. It eats the dust that is there, and then eventually it will eat through the paint and cause damage to occur. So when that happens, the mold, excuse my French, as they say, mold is, let me see, how can I say it? Mold is like feces. It will eat, the fungi will eat on a food source, an organic matter, eat on a food source, then it will poop it out, in a sense. And when it does that, that's why you see growth and you see, little dots and everything on the wall. We call those colonies. Colonies produce mold spores. When those mold spores are released from the colony, what happens is that they produce a protective layer over top of them so that no other species of mold can infiltrate into that system or infiltrate into that particular type of species. And that byproduct that the mold creates is what considered to be toxic. So mold itself, meaning mold itself, is not toxic. It's the byproduct of what the mold makes is what makes it toxic. So some individuals who suffer, let's take a step back. Mold spores, like dust and pollen, are allergenic. They are considered to be triggers. Those triggers can affect someone who has allergies or asthma. So when a person is in a home and they don't see the mold, but they're coughing, they're sneezing, they're having allergy type symptoms on a routine basis, there may be a presence of mold spores in the air at an elevated level that is causing them to have this reaction. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have mold growth or colonies. It could be inside the duct systems where there's a lot of dust mixed in with mold spores. It could be that they live near a wooded area. It could be a lot of things that are causing that person to have these allergy type symptoms. So what we do as a company is that we come in and we assess that. We come in and say, listen, we notice that your duct systems are dirty. We notice that you have a lot of accumulated dust on your furniture. My recommendation is to have your house thoroughly clean. Now, when they clean, we have to come back and we have to fog, because you're stirring up a lot of stuff in the air that the air conditioning system will eventually pull through the vents and redistribute back into your home. So we want to take those particulates out of the air, neutralize them, so that you're not having this problem. So, so that's what we do. That's what I do as an inspector. As a company, what we do, we perform mold inspections, mold testing. We perform radon testing. Radon is a radioactive gas, that is generally, basically, it's a gas that is released from decayed rocks. So mountain area, I think like Lake Wylie, Lake Norman, a lot of these houses may have it. We haven't really tested it in a lot of areas in Charlotte. However, a lot of homeowners that move from like upstates, states that's northern, they it's almost required to have this done. It is odorless, it is tasteless. You cannot identify it. It can only be identified by testing. So if you're planning on moving into a house or buying a house that is in a considered to be rocky area, like near the lakes or anything like that, give us a call so we can come out and perform that radon test. The mitigation is sometimes quite intensive. It just depends on your makeup of the home. Another service that we do, we offer air purifiers and laundry purification systems. This also assists in improving your indoor air quality. This also assists in living a healthier lifestyle. There's a lot of things out here that can help your indoor environment to be healthier, and we have those solutions. We can help you out with that. Another service that we provide is we offer solar panels. We had a seminar, we had a lunch and learn yesterday that was great and that was awesome. Our team comes out and our design team will come out and help you to design the solar panels that are right for you. They will educate you. They will work with you, and we're excited to be partnered with them. So if you're interested in having a complimentary analysis of your home or your business, or you know someone that has a business and they're looking to get solar panels or want more information, give us a call. Reach out to us. We would love to help them out. I'm sorry, something just... So solar panels, and we offer just consultations. If you're looking to buy a building or looking to buy something and you just want to hello Nat, how you doing today? What's up, cuz? If you're looking to just get some information, please check us out, www.smithenvironmentalsolutions.com. You can find us on social media, Smith Environmental Solutions, Facebook and Instagram. And we want you to ask us some questions. We want you to be engaged in our videos. We want you, because I'm pretty sure that you all have seen a lot of videos, or you've seen a lot of things. Hello, Talanda. That's my cousin's or my cousin's wife. So thanks for chiming in. I appreciate you this morning. This AM. Sorry, I don't use that. Anyway, we want to answer any of those questions. And here are some fun facts: that every building would have one major water leak within its first 7 years. Every building. Hello, Tiffany. How are you doing today? You still need to come by and get some jam. Anyway, every building will have a major water leak, whether it's a whether it's a commercial building, whether it's a residential building. You will have a water leak. And when you have that water leak, we need to be called. We need to come on the scene so we can assess it, because mold will grow if the water is not fully eradicated. Not just the visible, but the invisible, or the unseen. So say a water leak happened in your commercial building. It leaked from a sink and it hit all 4 walls, and you dried it up with some towels. What about the water that seeped behind the walls, behind the base molding? You have insulation in there. You have construction debris. You have drywall. All these things will cause mold to grow. So if it's not assessed properly, then what happens is that mold will grow and you're going to have more damages moving forward. So we want to come to you and we want to offer you solutions. Great rise, Tiffany. We want to offer you solutions to help solve these problems, whether you're in a commercial building, whether you're in your home. Like I said, if you're dealing with some issues in your home, we are the company that you want to call. We are the certified mold inspector. We're the indoor air quality specialist that's going to come in and help you assess your environment. We do not perform any of the mold remediation work. Let me say that again. We do not perform any of the mold remediation work. Hello, Doug. How you doing today? I hope all is well with you. So the word remediation means to remove or eradicate surfaces that have been contaminated by bacteria, fungus, any organic matter. That's what remediation means. Companies that perform mold remediation generally do not perform mold testing. From the training that I've done, they even stated that they're not supposed to do their own testing. There are companies out here that do it. They may do it very well. That's perfectly fine. From the training that in regards to the industry standards, as far as the certain IICRC standards, they do recommend that a mold inspection. So here's what they say. They basically state that a remediation company comes on the scene, they can deem whether or not the mold is, or if the mold requires an environmental consultant. They also state in other sections that restoration companies are not supposed to test. So it can be conflicting at times, and by no means am I saying that restoration companies are not capable of doing it. I'm just stating from my experience that if a restoration company has done the mold testing, they cannot do the post testing. It is a conflict of interest. You're testing your own work, and this is our industry. This is what we do in our industry, is that we do not test our own work because it's a conflict of interest. Because there's a lot of gray area there that could, a company can say, yes, it's all cleaned, where we experienced that before. The company told the builder that everything was done, and 3 months later we found mold behind the walls. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. So as a consumer, just think about it. Just think about it. You can, like I said, you can find us on SmithEnvironmentalSolutions.com. You can reach out to us. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram, and ask us a question. Hire us to come out if you have a water leak. If you think that you have mold, call us out there first so we can assess it, and then we can, hire the restoration company to come in and assist us in removing it. We'll come out, we'll test it to make sure that they've done all they, was supposed to do, and then we'll write you a letter of clearance. That means that we came out, we tested it as an inspector, and everything is clear. Mold was eradicated, surfaces did not contain mold, air quality is okay, you all can move back in. So I thank you all for watching us again. Please share this to your friends and your family. If someone that you come across have a question, or they're telling you that they've had a water leak and they have a company call in, tell them, yes, hire Daniel with Smith Environmental Solutions. He's going to be your advocate to working with the company. He's going to be the mold inspector to check behind the restoration companies. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having a third-party person. It is encouraged to have a third-party person. I highly recommend for you to have a third-party inspector to come and check. And if they do, ask them for their credentials. I have clients ask me for it all the time, and I email it to them. I was an expert witness in a mold case. I'm working on 2 other cases right now. So I have the experience, and experience is a good thing. You want to have somebody with experience and knowledge, and not going to come in to try to take your money and have you do stuff that you don't want to do. How does that feel? I know that it's when a company like a dealership, when I take my car to the dealership and they take advantage of me, I feel bad. I don't want to use that company no more. I don't want to refer them. I don't want to see their emails. I don't want to see anything to do with them, because I feel like they took advantage of me, because sometimes I just don't know. So I'm telling you now that I can come out, I can be the advocate for you and your family to make sure that everything is done right. Thank you again. Like I said, my name is Daniel Smith. I'm a certified mold inspector. I've been doing this for 13 years. I love what I do. I love having clients. I love solving problems. So remember, Smith Environmental Solutions. We are the company that's bringing the solution to the pollution, creating healthy, happy homes.